But let's quickly cut across to the Bharti Infratel conference call as well and hear out what Gopal Vittal is saying.
The fact is that, we have seen competitive intensity in every segment. We've seen this over years. We do believe that we're ready for it. ARPUs may compress, but these are things that I don't wish to speculate right now. I think the important thing is, are we getting more customers? Are we upgrading our networks, getting high-speed broadband? Are we improving our content offerings? Those are the things that we think are most important right now in order to serve our customers so that we deal with any competitive eventuality.
Sure, Gopal. Just if you can comment also on the question about, any impact that you've seen due to Jio phone into the market in the last couple of months in a more aggressive manner and, any measures you're taking to protect your own revenue stream there. And also a follow-up to the comment that you made that you added like 15 million data customers in the quarter. In terms of ARPU, how does it change when a customer moves from voice to data? Do you immediately see an uptick in the ARPU of that customer, or for how long, how much duration does that customer need to be a data customer for you to see any meaningful change in ARPU? If you can comment on that. Thank you.
I think I'm not going to comment on any competitor, but the new phone that's been launched, has been there in the market for perhaps a few quarters now. It has a small share of the total feature phone market. Feature phones continue to be strong. Feature phones continue to see shipments. We have not seen any significant pressure in our overall net adds, and that's really the key metric to track, because in that overall net adds number, you have both feature phones and smartphones. When it comes to growth on 4G, I think the way to see it is what happens when a customer upgrades from 2G to 4G. I think Nilanjan mentioned that there are 130 million shipments coming into India. A vast majority of these shipments are devices that are upgraded on our networks, for customers moving from 2G to 4G. We see almost a doubling of ARPU when that happens, when people move from 2G to 4G. And I think that's the big opportunity. So, 4G is a very, very critical game for us to win.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adupia. The next question comes from Mr. Kunal Vora from BNP Paribas, Mumbai. Mr. Vora, you may ask your question now.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. My question is on data capacity. You've seen a explosion of data volumes, almost 7x over the last 1 year. What's the network utilization now, and would it be possible for you to give out your capacity in terms of petabytes per day, and how do you see that capacity changing over the next 2 years based on your investment plans which you laid out? And second question is, can you share your spectrum here? You mentioned that you're doing some work on 5G. Would you need to acquire spectrum for 5G in next couple of years, and when would the network deployment start? That's it.
So if you look at data today, we do a little over or close to 20 petabytes of data in a day on our mobile networks, a little over that. That used to be about 1.5 to 2 petabytes probably 6 to 7 quarters ago. So there's been a clear and massive growth over the last 6-7 quarters. Our utilizations are still low. We have a lot of spectrum that's still unutilized, and there are several circles where, in fact, we have not even got our 2300 spectrum, which came on account of the Ticona acquisition. So that's still in the bag. We've not deployed TD-LTE across the country. Our FD footprint is more or less completed across the country, but TD is not yet deployed across the country. So again, there is a lot of juice left in terms of utilization. And finally, even where we have deployed it, our utilizations are still low. So there's still a significant amount of upside in just leveraging the entire spectrum to roll it out. The other spectrum that will also come to us will be the Telenor spectrum. Once the merger happens in 6 circles, we'll get another slug of 1800 megahertz. And then the Tata spectrum in 3 circles, AP Maharashtra, Mumbai, the 1800 one slug which will come through. Plus, in many circles, we'll have 2100 megahertz. So a lot more spectrum that's in the bag. And as you know, in this business, an additional carrier within the same spectrum band just needs a software upgrade to actually play with the capacity. You don't even need radios. And if you need a new spectrum band, then the cost of radios are substantially lower than the cost of the spectrum because of the way spectrum has been priced historically. So these are modular costs which are low. So I would simply say to your question, utilization is low. There's a lot of upside in terms of creation of capacity. Your second question was related to 5G. I think that it's still early days. We're still not done with 4G. I think world over we're seeing in India perhaps you'll see 3.5 gigahertz coming into the spectrum auction at some stage. The 2.3 gigahertz band will also move to 5G at some stage. Right now it's still up for finalizing the standards. If that happens, then many of the baseband units that we have are already 5G compatible. They can be turned on. Some of the radios will need to be replaced, but this is still in the future. I think for the next couple of years, it's still 4G. The other thing is that on 5G, a lot of it depends on the use cases. These, basically are very low.
Well, that was the CEO of Bharti outlining that the worst of the revenue decline is behind them, but that does not mean that the cycle is turned. You may stop falling. That does not mean that you'll start picking up. Let's take a break.